Let's go. What's the motherfucking deal, y'all? You know what time it is, baby. We over here for the
What's
Overhill Art Night Stream Vision 2024 Vibrant Frequency end of the year wrap up.
what's up?
Yeah, appreciate you, Z. You know what time it is, man. Shout out to the homegirl, letter Z. Go ahead, tell them a little bit about you, girl.
What's up? My name is the letter Z. I'm coming here from Vibrant Frequency Studios. We right here where we write, record, host events like Overhill Art Night, jam sessions, record tracks, unite artists, build community, and that's what's up.
You know what time it is, man, and you know it's your motherfucking boy F and G Hayes, man, curator of Overhill Art Nights, and we just gonna be bringing y'all motherfucking more content for the culture. And this right here is an end of year wrap up. So I ain't gonna lie to you. How was your year? My year. Hold on. First off, let me just say this: 2024. If you could say one word about how 2024 was for you, what would you say it was?
Woo! I would say tumultuous.
Ah, I like that. I like that. I like
Let's
that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. For me, I'm gonna say my shit was unexpected. Oh my
for
god!
sure. For
Listen,
sure.
this year I had a motherfucking breakup. I had a fight. I had a total car. Went to Rolling Loud, saw some amazing artists, met some amazing indie artists, started a network and platform of my own,
Mm,
partnered and collab with you.
right.
So this year I done so much, and then coming up on the end of the year, oh I done lost a gang of weight. So yeah,
I feel like that's good though.
yeah. Nah, this year
Shoot.
this year been crazy to the
It's
motherfucker.
been like one, two, three, right? I feel like I didn't had similar experiences, jobs, people going through it, business stuff, fun times, right? Fun times. Shoot, going to different events, meeting new people, experiences, recording new songs, figuring out different ways to build and grow. I feel like this year been pretty cool, but also on the other end of the spectrum, it's been a lot to deal with as far as like I feel like everything been on another level, like politics, like music, like everybody's like, okay, I'm about to put my foot forward this year.
Oh my God. And speaking of putting foot forward, we've had like some of the biggest moments in hip hop. And I think we're going to talk about that, just a little bit. So as we get into the end of the year, man, we appreciate all of y'all for locking in with us. Make sure y'all follow Z. Where could we find you at, gang?
You can find me at lttr.z and you can find the space at vibrant.frequency
Come on now.
on Instagram.
Come on now. Tell him. Let's get to it. Hey, so Z, one of the things that kind of like tripped me out about this year and how I knew it was going to be a big year. What is something that sticks out to you about the beginning of the year? Anything go crazy for you? Anything at all?
Shoot. I would think more so like maybe about the rat beef that was coming up. Is that
Oh,
what you were thinking of?
no, no, no. So
Yeah.
that was actually that for me was kind of like the apex of it. That was like the peak of that shit. And actually, hold on, before we even get too deep into it, I definitely want to say shout out to the homegirl Sweets. Really appreciate you for, all of your contributions to Overhill Art Night, for everything that you do for the camp, for the team, everything that you do for the production. We really appreciate you, Sweets. And you already know it's all love. Happy New Year's going into the new year, baby. And all the other staff that worked on us throughout the year, Soul Smooth, KP, all the other homies,
Or
definitely Orc,
mhm,
Idris, all of that. And so it's so many people that, and my brother that was cooking for us, my mom that was allowing us to use the space on a few episodes, my nigga Berg that also allowed us to use the space. So while we getting into that, I definitely want to say thank you so much to all of the co-contributors for all of y'all hard work for us. Like that shit,
right. I
it's
want to say
forever
shout out
appreciated.
to Humbly G
Yeah,
for definitely helping out with like engineering and contributing to helping bring events to life for sure.
hell yeah. So one of the things that let me know that this year was gonna be crazy than the motherfucker,
What?
that Cat Williams interview.
Oh my
That
gosh.
Cat Williams in the beginning of the year, the Cat Williams interview. I was like, oh no, it's a rap game.
One thing about Cat Williams is I feel like he always gonna speak truth.
Oh yeah, no,
Like
facts.
he always just gonna tell you how it is. Like I remember one thing my pastor used to say growing up was make it plain.
Mhm.
He gonna make that. He gonna say something to where everybody gonna know what he talking about. You ain't even gotta decipher it. He gonna make that shit plain.
You don't gotta decode it. You don't gotta decide. It is straight what it is. You feel me? So yeah, no. I felt like that Cat Williams interview at the beginning of the year. That shit just was crazy, and it automatically set the tone for how hip hop culture and pop culture and all of that shit was gonna be definitely throughout the rest of the year, in my opinion.
What you feel like stuck out to you about that interview?
I
What
mean, to me, it was the shit that was coming back to be like proven, right?
Mm.
And when they said like, when did it say you potted? You got to say no, right? And then also the 40 time shit. Like when the nigga ran a crazy 40 time, I was like, oh.
What you mean 40 times?
So, you know, the nigga was saying that he was fast and all of this shit, that he could run track, all of this shit
He did.
and a 40-yard dash. And that nigga actually ran a solid 40-yard dash. So I'm like, you know what, Cat Williams? Nigga might gotta put some credence on some of the shit you were saying, bro. Like, nigga can't necessarily dispute all of the shit, bro. We can't just say, like, no, no. Like, some of that shit kind of might be valid, bro.
Yeah, he lived.
It might be a little bit valid, bro.
You lived up to it.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? And then I think that he ran that 40 time around the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So kind of and if I'm not mistaken, I think the Chiefs won the Super Bowl this year, which it looked like they on the verge of winning that shit again. Yeah, like yeah, it looked like them niggas on
Kansas City on the map.
KC, they talking about KC is the world's team now, which is another crazy
What does that
evolution.
mean?
That you know how Dallas Cowboys is like the motherfucking American team.
Okay.
Hold on, wait. And then could I get a little shot from the sponsor? Castadores. Twice refined, smooth as wine. Let's get to it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Hold on. And then who what's the sponsor on this? What's the sponsor on the food joint? We you
Man, I actually DoorDash this. It was called Flamin' Pasta, Mid City, LA.
Oh yes.
This that Cajun pasta with some shrimp and some mushrooms. It's low key. It's definitely fire.
Come on. Now listen, that's what we talking about. That's what we talking about. So speaking of putting shit on the map, right? I feel like this whole year culturally was just kind of crazy. And you look at like some of the more established artists actually, and I'll just call it what it is. You look at some of the artists that was a little bit older that really ran it up, right? The nigga, what was his name? Jellystone?
Jellystone.
No,
I don't know.
wait, damn, I forget bro name. Hold
I
on.
saw some
No,
artists
wait.
that
I gotta look that shit up. I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up. He
it
like
was
a
something
white dude. He
else.
crazy.
Jellystone.
Oh no, his name is Jelly Roll. Yeah, this nigga, you don't know, bro?
Mm.
Jelly Roll. So look, Jelly Roll got some shit. Breakthrough artist of last year ended up turning some shit up crazy this year. And then I went to brunch earlier. I'm definitely still full, but her shit busting. Shout out to Flaming Pasta. She ain't playing. She, she ain't playing with that shit. Not done, nigga. She didn't come to play with you, Flaming Pasta. Stop playing. She really is fucking that shit
This
up.
was my first
I'm
time
like,
in it, but it won't be my last.
I'm like, damn, I might need to give me a bar. So boom, Jelly Roll though. And then I'm thinking about also other older artists, right? Last year I had the opportunity to work on a project. And that's actually how I met Sweet. Shout out to Gang. But I had the opportunity to work on a Killer Mike project in 2023. Killer Mike killed the fucking Grammys this year.
Oh my
It
god.
was some amazing performances from the Grammys. Did you get a chance to watch it this year?
I didn't even watch it, but I already know he tore it up.
Yeah. So Killer Mike Hip Hop Album of the Year award. Shout out to that nigga. You gotta get it, bro. Yeah. Come on, man. Hold on.
Hell yeah. Let's turn it up for the Grammys in general. Putting people on just right now. right? Just think about Killer Mike getting this opportunity, performing, winning the Grammy, right?
Winning
And
a Grammy. Winning a Grammy.
showing us that underground hip hop or hip hop in general is making more strides forward. And I feel like that's something to really think about and commend and realize that hip hop's only been around for how many,
Like
like,
40 years or something, 40 something years,
right?
maybe
And
50
now
years.
people really have to
Oh yeah, they did the 50th
lyricism.
year like this year or last year, something like that.
Exactly. So it's just showing how much people really appreciate it.
What do you think about older artists really running the gauntlet now in this generation? The fact that even in the social media age, maybe age doesn't necessarily matter.
I think that people are really starting to realize that it's always better to learn, right? You have to learn from somebody, right? So if people who have been out for 30, 40 plus years, um, they know what they're doing,
Hmm.
right? And the younger artists may think, oh, I got a quick, little pop because of social media, because social media is so big now, right? It's easy to get on based off of your image. But what really matters is the talent. And in hip hop, it's really the lyricism as well, right? And the producer, the beat maker, the person who really, you got to work with somebody to really build that
That
sound.
canvas.
And I feel like people are starting to appreciate that more, especially once other musicians come into play too. Because I've been seeing a lot more like live musicians, especially I was watching like Tiny Desk recently, and I feel like they really push having a live band with hip hop, with R&B. But when a lot of hip hop artists perform on the stage, it's only a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you see how um like impactful it could be, just add in those live musicians like a violinist or a saxophonist, right?
Some
And
drums, some
really just,
strings. Yeah.
yeah, you think about music at its core, at its foundation, and what really makes you feel it. And I feel like that's what hip hop artists when it first started, that was more so the core. And I feel like we're starting to get back to what is like the bread and butter of everything. And I feel like people can appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I actually gotta wholeheartedly agree with you that you talking about the essence of hip hop. I love the tiny desk element that you just spoke on. And for me, kind of going to that Killer Mike element, one of the things that I really loved about his album was the live instrumentation, was the pattern of the flow. So a lot of people kind of it was I would say a lot of people felt away because there were so many other extraordinary projects and artists on that album of the year for the Grammys, but I think it was well deserved for Killer Mike. You know what I mean? And then like, when you talk about shit being well deserved, I feel like hip hop as much as I love the genre and as much as I love the culture, I also feel like hip hop be lacking on a lot of shit. Hip hop be lacking on a lot of shit. Hip hop was late on Nip. Hip hop was late on Drake. Kendrick really is honestly just now getting his flowers, and we gonna speak on why in just a minute. But they just gave that nigga Dr. Dre a star this year in like March.
And he had to work for that.
Come on, man.
For that.
Come on, man. Hold on.
He should have been given 2 stars at that point. Like, what the fuck?
Listen, we talking about a motherfucking legend. We talking about a legend, man. So just in my opinion, I feel like that nigga Dre definitely was well deserving of that shit. I mean, a lot of people would be like, "Yo, Dre and Michelle, we do not condone domestic violence."
I ain't even know about all that.
See me either. So I'm running with you. Yeah,
Think about,
that's
I
the.
just saw this actually like mini movie that
Oh,
Dre and Snoop put out.
wait, is it for their new album?
I think it might be, but it was like literally maybe like 20-minute movie type thing, giving Fast and the Furious, but like a
Not fast.
whole
Hold on,
sound
Fast and the
suite.
Furious for
Imagine,
real?
like they did their thing on that one. It's giving Hollywood for sure. Like everything's believable. The acting was fire. The music obviously was on point, and it was just a whole like mini. So they need to make that into a series or something.
Hey, and one of the things that I be thinking about, right, when we are making our content and shit like that, right, is there are people that's gonna go and watch this shit from your recommendation, and I'm probably gonna be the first one. I'm probably gonna be the first one that goes and be like, "Hey, I need to check out this miniseries." I actually heard that it come out. I heard about and let's talk about the rise of Demiza. You know about bro, the independent artist. He like an A&R. Demiza, he like a West Coast dude. Essentially, he has been getting his flowers again this year. It's just one of the more prominent like ears and tastemakers on the culture out here in the West Coast and music and shit. He's shit. He's dope. And I heard about him randomly through NPR.
Mhm.
Not even on some tiny desk shit. I just be listening. Then
Right.
NPR be calling the nigga for money. I'll be like, oh bro,
And then you
can
just
I
look
give you
him
the
up.
5? I'll be like, I got 5 for you. Can I give you the 5, bro? Like, can I shoot? You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
yeah, looked up Demizen. He is one of the tastemakers for West Coast, and not only radio right now, but historically, like he's been one of them boys. So it's been interesting to see.
SZA.
Yeah, Damizza.
Mhm.
He dope too. And it's been interesting to see him come back into the fold. You know what I'm saying? Now, one of the things for me in March, in addition to Dr. Dre getting his star, and really I think that set the tone for that first quarter of the year and what else was gonna happen the rest of the year was the Kendrick and Drake beef.
Man, I think that beef that's gonna last us a couple years. Cause it has not been, I feel like it's really not been any like rap beef for real. Aside from I guess maybe the what King Von, and I ain't even really into that
Yeah,
to that
that's some
side of hip
that
hop.
was some
Right.
streets.
Right. I'm not even really into that side of hip hop, but shoot, this type of rap beef or
Hip hop.
interview hip hop beef, whatever you want to call that, that was really they really brought it back. Like we going head for head type shit. And that's what I feel like really got people engaged and involved. Like, oh, whose side we gonna be on? But damn, but now we see one side is quiet and it's kind of like, damn.
And I'll be honest with you. Anybody that know me personally knows like it was I shouldn't say a hard sell, but I remember the first time I ever heard Drake. Like I remember the homie, we were going to see some, we was fucking with some bitches and shit. The homie put on he was trying to play the Drake album. It was around the time when the Game LAX album or some shit like that was out, right? And I'm like, bro, don't nobody want to hear that shit. Long story short, he ended up getting in control of. It wasn't the aux at that time, young people. It was a CD player, all right. But he ended up throwing the CD in, and we listened to the Drake. It was comeback season, and comeback season was incredible. It was that first Drake like mixtape that was prominent. So I remember the first time I heard that nigga, and I don't want to say it was a hard sell, but after that initial like, oh, Degrassi, and keep in mind, I watched Degrassi too, right? But after that, first initial like resistance to the nigga and you the best, he was certified. It was a wrap.
I feel
Love
like he
Drake.
was certified, but I feel like he was never more certified than Kendrick.
No, oh, now
Like I
wait,
feel like he was never more certified than Kendrick.
now wait. Let me say this. Boom. And so saying that to say, everybody knows that I love Drake. Kind of going back to that shit. I've always loved Kendrick music, not only because he's a staple for the fucking city, but just because Kendrick has always been a creative, right? Like
Right.
you think about Good Kid, Mad City, you think about the van with the sliding door and being able to tell them stories, right? Kendrick's art be like these bodies of work that you could go back on for days and weeks and still get new messages and still find new meanings to songs like Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. You can still go and listen to that 10 years later, right? And it's
Right.
bars, it's
Mhm.
bars. Um, so I love them both. When I heard the battle, right, and this is the honest to God truth. In real time, I was like, oh, I'm scoring it 1-1. Like, oh, this song wins, this song wins, this song wins, this song wins, right? I'm scoring it like, oh, Drake got one, Kendrick got one, Drake got one, Kendrick got one. Now that that shit is over, I don't even remember none of the fucking Drake songs at all.
One. Oh my
Not
God.
even
That's
one
bad.
bar.
That's bad.
No quotables from none of them. And listen, what is Drake known for, in your opinion?
He known for his hooks and his
Bars.
melodies, right? And those standout.
Bars. That nigga gonna have the shit that the bitches on Instagram saying he didn't have none of those in this album with Kendrick. So
Ooh,
now, no, what you was gonna say?
no. Initially, when you started speaking, I was thinking about when I first saw Kendrick live. It was, I think that had to be like 2009, 2010 in Oakland, and he was section 80, small,
Mm,
stage, boom. We in the balcony, and I'm like, what the hell? He going crazy, right? And I didn't even really know too many LA rappers at that time, aside from what, like NWA or something.
mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, he going wild. I had just moved to LA. I'm like, okay, I really fuck with him. And then to see, like, now how everybody thought that he was asleep, like he took a hiatus.
He
But
did take a hiatus though.
he did, but sometimes you got to do that to gain your knowledge, to gain,
Well, I think they just poked the
experience.
bear. Is what it. I honestly like. Say for example, right? I don't think we would have GNX without that battle.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know that we would have Kendrick performing at the Super Bowl without the battle. I don't know. Like,
But that still, see, I feel like that shows the amount of like power that both artists
oh
bring
yeah, no,
to it.
of course.
And I love Drake. Not to take away, I love his music.
Look at
Maybe
how
I'm
we got to caveat this shit. Look at how we got to caveat this shit. No, but you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Look at how almighty and powerful this nigga is. We both have been like equivocated. Like, listen, man, I've loved Drake.
I, I
I
don't.
said the same shit. I said the same shit.
I'm not gonna say I don't. But me as an MC, personally, the way Kendrick just fused, I would say pop, hip hop,
Funk.
relatability, funk, right? Everything that he fused through this whole like battle or whatever everybody wants to call it, what he did with this is definitely pure art. It's pure art that can speak to the people, reach the people,
Hey
and
now, say
and
now.
talk to everybody.
Yeah,
I feel
fact.
like this was pure art and genius, right? From whatever team that put this whole shit together, they did their thing.
And
This whole thing.
listen, Z, for me, I just think about it in terms of setting the pace for the culture, right? And in my personal opinion, I was there. I was at Rolling Loud. Let me say this. Let me say this. Being at Rolling Loud and hearing like that, which was the Kendrick and Future and Metro record for the first fucking time. First time, right? They played that shit like 3 times at
Oh,
Rolling
that
Loud.
was like one of the first diss tracks that he dropped, right?
Yes.
That was like one of the first.
Yes, because it went
That was like
first person shooter, then like that. So I'm hearing like that for the first time. When I was in the crowd listening to like that, the crowd kind of was non-reactive. They didn't know what was happening.
mm,
So then, 30 weeks later, 40 weeks later, I'm looking at the record and the impact of it, and it's like, that's probably the motherfucking, one of the Balkan powder keg of that battle. Meaning, like, that shit really popped it off. That was the one that was like that first shot heard around the world. Um, I love that moment. I'm glad that I was there, and it was just God's work that I was there. All of that shit happened. It was crazy. Now,
that was crazy. I felt like when I heard that battle, when I heard, I mean, that song, it made me think like, ooh, I don't know if Kendrick gonna win this. That's what low key because it was who? It was Future,
Metro.
Metro, and Kendrick. I was like, hold on, is this what he about to rebuttal in a battle? But then it was over after
But you
that.
know what's so
It was
crazy?
over after that.
Like, I felt like it was light too. That's why I was scoring it one for Kendrick, one for Drake, one for Kendrick, one for Drake, right? But
Mhm.
now that I listen to like that, it's a fucking, not only is it a classic hip hop record, right? It's a record that 40 weeks later I still slap. None of the songs from Drake, I don't like, literally no quotables, Drake. We don't. And bro, I love you, nigga. I'm one of your most like avid fans, bro. No quotables, nigga.
No, he taking Drake taking a nap.
Yeah, he didn't have no quotables. It was bad. Like,
Taking a nap on this one. He had to sit out on this one.
yeah, and you know, there's nothing wrong with taking the L, but I just honestly feel like he's doing the shit we doing right now. He's streaming. That nigga needs to go ahead, get in that booth, say some shit, record some new shit, drop some fire shit. You feel me? So boom, that shit happens. And in my opinion, a lot of people don't consider this because the beef happened. But Future dropped 3 classic mixtapes.
This year?
Yes. Future dropped the We Don't Trust You, We Still Don't Trust You, and then he dropped the Metro Boomin and Future project a few months ago. That shit got nothing but like, listen,
Really?
the We Don't Trust, in my opinion, that first one, the We Don't Trust You, that has the Kendrick on it,
Mm-hmm.
the Kendrick like that on it.
Right.
Future, another older artist, proves that he can outclass, outswag, outstyle any of the young niggas from Rilo to Lil Baby to Young Thug to whoever. Future got the stick still, nigga.
But I feel like it's that middle line between older artists per se and older artists, right? Because it's that range where you still influential,
Yeah,
right? You may not be, Gen Z or whatever alpha, new to social media, knowing how to do all that, but you like people like Grown and Sexy.
yeah.
Ain't nobody ever gonna, hate on
Tell
Grown
him,
and
tell
Sexy.
him, tell him, tell him, tell him, tell
Like
him,
grown
tell
and
him.
sexy is in, right? And if you spin your shit talking your shit, that's what grown people supposed to talk about.
Right,
It's different
right.
than hearing these kids talk about all this grown stuff, but when grown people talking about the life experience that they've had, right? And also in a position to where they can talk about evolution and being better too, and what they're going through now and their experiences now, I feel like it's nothing better than that.
Yeah, no. And when you talk about it in that terms, I definitely would have to agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of going through that, I would say Future's music really carried the summer. He had bangers all throughout the year. Music was able to carry the summer. Of course, and I'm tripping. The women really carried the summer. Sexy Red, Glorilla,
That's true. The women,
Cash Doll.
the women were going to.
Come on now.
The women been going up though.
Yeah, this is
Definitely can't sleep on
Lotto.
right. Lotto, Dochi.
Yeah, Dochi.
Dochi been killing the game. Shoot, it's just like all the female artists have for sure been, and I like how more male and female artists now are starting to collaborate together.
Meg had a great
On
year this year.
right, on that aspect and really like kind of support each other and see that everybody can make a dope song together. And females really been talking their shit. Like not even oh shit.
No, you good.
Not even
Let's
just
swap it out.
showing I guess the sexy aspect of it, but actually showing that females come with the bars too.
Yay.
Like
A
I
lot of
feel
women
like
been having the bars. A lot of women been having it. You want to swap that out real quick?
yeah, also
A lot of women been having the bars. And the thing for me is when I really just sit and I think about it from this perspective, right? So many of the women in hip hop right now are not only commanding, like Z said, the lane of the bars and the swag, but it's sexy. And for me, it's easier to just sit up, listen to a woman talk about how she want to fucking suck me and, get some bread with me. I love that shit. Cause I'm turned too. It's a lot of niggas that be in the club that don't be cool when Lotto be talking about niggas as brokies and all of that shit. It's cause you broke, nigga. Get your bar. Come on, man. Get your hey. Ain't nobody told you to motherfucking waste your day all day, man. You better go get you some pay, nigga. So I definitely love what the women are doing. I love the contributions to all of the women in the game right now. And Z, I love your contribution as a woman to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And kind of as we start to come to a close for the wrap up and I want to say, what are some of the things that you looking forward to going into the new year, and what were some of the surprises that you had for yourself throughout the year?
I feel like for me, thank you. First of all, I feel like women in business in general, right? Uh just being able to be an entrepreneur, being able to um, fuse community together and be a woman in business, opening up a recording studio and kind of seeing how it works in many different aspects is very rewarding, very fulfilling in life for me. We've been having events, recording songs, bringing people together to, make music and unite and really educate people, right? I feel like seeking knowledge is not something that people really do after high school or college or something like that.
Yeah, to be self-educated is important.
Right. So I feel like educating people on things that they need to know about being an artist, being an actual creative, right? If this is what you want to be your main thing, you have to know about the ins and outs of it. You got to be a business person and you got to be a creative both sides because everybody can make money.
Hmm.
Right, but you got to know how to do it and you got to learn it and things like that. So just throwing events, collaborating, like how we, collaborated on the Overhill Art Nights and being able to bring things together and work together, that really excites me as a person. And, I'm probably going to drop a project or something. Been writing,
Let's go, baby.
so we'll see. What about you? What you excited for?
I mean, for me, going into the New Year's, I'm excited for some of my professional endeavors. I got a lot on my plate in that regard. I love where I'm at in my social life. I got so many great people around me, like that are friends, that are supporters. Shout out to Rocky, shout out to Sweets. You know what I mean? Kay, just so many people that are around me right now. My brothers, my family, my mom. I love all of y'all. I actually just got a fucking tragic call right before we started taping. My uncle passed away. So, rest in peace to my uncle, Paul Patterson.
Prayer.
You know what I mean? Man, man, that shit is crazy. Like growing up for us, he was definitely, my pops passed when I was 2 years old. So he definitely tried to step up into like a father figure role for me and my older brothers. So, long live my uncle, man. And it was kind of crazy going through this taping, but I'm sure that his spirit, you know what I'm saying, is
And his
what.
legacy will
Yeah,
be.
yeah, exactly. So, long live Paul Patterson. And so going into the year into 2025, I want longevity and health. And I really want to be here till I'm 100 years old, and I want to be able to do this shit the long way. I want to be able to do this shit for a long time. I want to be able to make a significant impact. Um, I'm truly blessed. I have the world at my fingertips and so much shit that I could do. So I just, I got to be mindful of that. I got to be conscious of how fragile life is, of course. And yeah.
And
And
what about Overhill Art Night?
hey, yo, it's so funny because I literally am segueing into that. And I love that you asked that. You the perfect interviewer. You the perfect interviewer. Overhill Art Night is something that we started during the summer, and shout out to all of the contributors for it, like we were talking about earlier. Idris, Ork, Sweets, you know what I mean? KP, Z, Berg, everybody that attended, everybody that came through, my brothers, my mom, all the supporters, it's all love. Overhill Art Night is coming back for a second season. We're gonna be partnered up with Vibrant Frequency. We're gonna be doing some amazing shit, and definitely look forward to actually working with you.
Right.
We got some things that we're gonna announce. We're gonna kind of keep it under wraps. That way we could keep the energy around it pure. But just know that F&G and Vibrant Frequency, Stream Vision and Vibrant Frequency, we got something special coming for y'all.
And we looking for artists and creatives too to definitely come share and be a part of the community.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, you know what I mean? Just make sure that y'all stay tied in with us for the end of the year wrap. I honestly am gonna say that there was so many dynamic things that went on this year. I'm blessed to be a part of the hip hop culture. I love this shit, man. We gonna be back for y'all in the beginning of the new year. Make sure y'all follow us, bro. Overhill Art Night, Stream Vision 2024. Follow me at F&G Hayes. Z, where we can get you at, gang.
Vibrant.frequency on Instagram, right? Vibrantfrequency.com, LTTR.Z on Instagram. And yeah, that's where we at.
Come on, man. And make sure y'all follow the rest of the gang. Shout out to the homegirl, the sweetest with an A, THA, the sweetest dot sweetest. Make sure y'all follow my nigga KP. Make sure y'all follow my dog Orc. Make sure y'all follow my dog Idris, Cinematic Sultan. He got some new shit that's dropping for y'all. It is an independent film that he created. We got some new work coming for y'all, man. It is Overhill Art Night. It is Vibrant Frequency. End of year wrap up. We appreciate y'all vibing out, rocking with us, giving us this half hour. And we gonna be back with some new shit at the top of the new year, baby. Let's go. AZ, much love, man. Let's go. You don't like that, baby. Let's go. Hell yeah.
Can't
Fuck
stop.
with us.
Won't stop.
Let's get it. Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That shit gonna go crazy. Watch this.
That was quick. Are you so